Welcome to DayZ Standalone. And as you've probably noticed, this isn't modern DayZ. This is actually 0.28 DayZ Standalone, the earliest build ever released on Steam in alpha in 2013. Now, I just want to start this video off by clarifying that I am a huge DayZ fan. I always have been since the mod, and in no way do I support piracy. I only suggest you try to play this version of DayZ if you already own the game on Steam. That being said, I just kind of wanted to take a trip down memory lane, kind of remind people what the game was like versus what it's like now, because DayZ really has come a long way. While there's certain aspects of this version of DayZ that I do think are better, for the most part, modern DayZ has done everything better than this game was. So right now we're in Elektro, and we're just going to kind of... I think I'm going to go over to the fire station. I had some zombies on me down here. I don't know if they're still here or not. Yeah, they are. I can hear them. This one right there. Let's just run. This is the version of DayZ where you cannot trap zombies. They run through walls. Ooh, gun already. No ammo, though. You also spawned with a flashlight and a battery in this version. You can take the battery out. It's pretty cool. This is when zombies couldn't go up stairs. I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of head along the coast towards Cherno. Go check out Cherno. Loot along the way. And then from Cherno, we'll probably head over to Balota, loot the airfield, because the airfield in this version of DayZ was actually useful. It spawned military loot. One of my biggest nostalgic things from this time is the inventory. I just love the way it looks. I don't know. There's something about it. The payday masks. Oh my... Ah! Let's get out of here. I forgot that this version had the payday masks in it. I actually missed these. I think they're sick. Zombies were a lot slower, which was kind of nice. I don't know, there's something about the atmosphere of this version of DayZ, you know, visually, and just the ambience with the bird noises like the one you just heard and all that. It's an atmosphere that you don't really get in games anymore, or ever. DayZ was really the only one to ever feel like that, and I kind of miss it. I miss the old nature sounds. I feel like they were just a lot better than the current nature sounds in the game. That's just my opinion. When this version of DayZ came out, it was just a whole different world. It feels like a lifetime ago. Twitch was in its infancy. You know, people were just starting to grow on Twitch. A lot of them were streaming DayZ because it had just came out around the same time. A lot new YouTubers were coming up, like Mr. Moon. Frankie was making videos on this game. It's a lot of things from that time that make you nostalgic. Even in the years when the standalone died and had like max 1,000 players daily, I was one of those people. I was hopping on and playing this game every day. The books! Oh my god, the books! Hey. We're gonna drop the pistol. I don't got ammo for it. We'll find another gun. Oh my god, it's when you could knock them down, but they'd get back up. Oh, I forgot about that. You could like knock zombies down to try and get away. I also miss a lot of the old map design. The Arma 2 Chernogorsk is just, it has a special place in my heart. I really like it. Oh, this is when the rabbits were in the game too. Look at that little guy. I don't got anything to kill him with. I don't know if he'll run. Come here. Oh, maybe you couldn't kill the rabbits. He's a boss. I forgot I had the book. What I was going to show you guys was this. Do you remember this? You could actually read the books in this game. You couldn't really sneak around these zombies either at the time. They were like the mod zombies where they would detect you no matter what. Come on, get out of the way. Ah! This is also before there was any indicators. Like in later builds, there'd be indicators right here next to your character in the inventory to tell you when you were hungry, thirsty, tired, bleeding, all that. Well, they hadn't put that in the game yet, so you had to pay attention to what your character was saying in the bottom left in order to know his conditions. Eventually, it became a meme in the community to talk about how much your character complained because they eventually did add the indicators and the words were useless, and it was just your character bitching the whole time at you. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I feel cold. I'm shaking. Look at this dude. Oh, the Cherno FPS is starting to hit. This is when Cherno ran like doggy doo-doo. To all you new DayZ players, just so you get a sense of how good you actually have it, okay? Back in the day, there was no vaulting in this game. Technically. There was hitting V, and your character would either hop a fence, or he would do the other animation, which is stepping over the fence. And that was it. That's all you had. Look at this zombie. Detected me from all the way over there. That's what I was saying. These things, they would see you from so far and through walls. Bro, just die. There. Holy. I don't have bandages. That's not good. Oh man, we might be screwed here. I don't have any bandages and she messed me up. So, I did die, but I got my stuff back. So, that's all that matters, right? Alright, back on our course. Into Cherno. You know how many people would camp on these warehouses and snipe freshies in Cherno? Especially these cylinders. Oh man, that was bandit territory. You never made it out alive. This just shows how unoptimized this engine was, though. I'm playing pretty much a single-player version of this game right now, and I'm getting, like, max 30 FPS right now. Got him. Didn't there used to be a police station around here? Or was that after? I think that might have been in a later update. They added a police station nearby. Because I think in a later update, they put a house right here at some point. The old hotel. Which I believe is still the same model they use today. They just kind of moved everything around. Just like everything else in this game. They use all the same assets still. So many gunfights in this town, though. Especially over here in, like, the center of the city, around these corners and stuff. You'd get into so many gunfights. People would run to Balota, get fully decked M4s, and come back to Cherno and just have all-out wars. Ooh, the old tack vest. Oh, man. It's been so long since I've seen this thing. Oh, the old gas mask. It's still the same model that's in the game now, but you didn't have the annoying eye things that were around it. Man, it's been so long since I've seen this old tack vest design. I remember the days when this gas mask was the symbol of being a bandit. If you saw somebody with the gas mask, it meant they were a bandit and they were out to kill you. Every time. Alright, let's take care of these. Take care of these zombies down here. Where's the other one? Alright, we're good. Another thing, you don't realize how dense the new forests are in DayZ until you play this old version. There she is. The old Balota Airfield. This place actually used to be viable back in the day. Now it's just, you run there to get some Millie clothing and a pistol. Man, this is nostalgic. Having it flipped, so all the buildings are on this side. You got an ATC, you got a camo building. You got hangars. Balota Airstrip used to be so different than what it is now. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's probably for the best that you can't run to a coastal airfield and get full Millie gear as a freshie, right? That's probably for the best, but I'm just saying, back in this time, you could, and it was fun. Another 60-round mag. We better find an M4. We did. Let's go. Yeah. I always thought that was a cool detail, how since it's a double-stacked mag, it actually keeps the other one on this side. Even with how buggy this version of the game is and all the things that it's missing and doesn't have yet, I still love it. I'm having a great time. If you're a true DayZ lover and you've always liked DayZ, like, this may be buggy, but there's just a charm to it that you love. And look at how badass my character looks. Look at that. That's another sound that's super nostalgic for me. The gun rattling on your back. That gun rattle sound, just, it's up there with the bird sound for me in nostalgia for this game. Where you at? There you are. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention, this is when you would get in the ready stance, your character would hold the axe sideways. And his hit was kind of weird. Now we're set. We got my favorite bag. We got a M4. We're kitted out. I think it's time we start heading inland towards the airfield. Goodbye, Cherno. We'll see you sometime soon. All right, we've made it to Green Mountain. Thought I'd come check this place out. One of those great locations from back in the day. People used to come here on specific servers, granted, but people would come here to meet up, and it'd be a place. Oh God! Oh God! It'd be a place to meet other players and interact. Everybody tried to be friendly here. It was like the trading location. I don't see it. Oh, there you are. Dead. The death animations on the zombies in this version is they're clean. I ain't even gonna lie. They're clean. The way they fall over like that. Part of me wants to climb the tower, and the other part of me is saying, don't do it. This is early DayZ, you're gonna die. But I must do it. What a lot of people didn't realize is, yes, this version of DayZ was buggy, but a lot of it came from the server side. The servers back then were just terrible. I mean, they were bad. So a lot of the bugs you ran into came from the fact that the servers just ran like doggy doo-doo, you know? Oh boy, you can't deny that view. Chernogorsk is down that way. I can see it from here. Don't think we'll go visit that town this time. Mostly because, if I remember right, that town usually crashed your game because it ran really bad. Back down we go. All right, back on our journey to the Northwest Airfield. Okay, so right out there, Vybor Millie, that's the hill that overlooks it. That's where we're going, and after that we'll hit up northwest. But I'm enjoying this. This is a lot of fun. Having a good time. Let's do it. We're at Vybor Millie now. Check it out, see what's inside. Not that I really need anything, but I just kind of want to check it out. Doesn't seem to be many zombies here. This is the build when there were definitely a lot less zombies in the game. This is also the build that if you were in this barrack, you were pretty much invulnerable, except if you were standing right here in front of the door. These windows were bulletproof. You couldn't shoot through them. A defibrillator. Oh my god, I forgot this game had these. This was actually pretty cool. So if your buddy went uncon, you could actually use the defib on him to wake him up. Whereas now it's like perform CPR. Back then it was if you found one of these and you had a battery on you, you could use it on him to wake him up. A can opener. Thank God. I didn't think I'd find one. I've been walking around forever. Yeah, that was Vybor Millie. Just thought it would be cool to kind of stop here. Nothing's changed about this place. This place is the exact same. The only difference is in modern DayZ, there's 2 storage crates right here. That's about it. Everything else is the same. They haven't changed this much. So, yeah. Let's get going to the airfield. I actually miss the old layout of the airfield compared to the new one. Well, they actually just changed the new one in a recent update, so it's a lot better than it was, but the previous one was terrible, and it made me really miss this version. What a good time this version of the airfield was, man. Every time you came here, it was guaranteed PvP. Every time. I also don't know if these towers spawn anything anymore in current DayZ, but back in the day they used to. I never check them anymore to find out if they still do, but I know during this time in the game's history, you used to be able to find like blazes and decent guns and stuff at the top of those. All right, we're gonna cross the airfield. There's the old cafe that used to be here. See, this version of the airfield was so simplistic yet so effective at what it was trying to do, which was just make you scared to come here. Because every time it was guaranteed you'd see somebody, because, I mean, this side of the airfield is all there was to loot. There's a few buildings down there and those ones over here, but for the most part, everybody came right here. And it was interesting. Just because I feel like it. I'm gonna go full auto with this thing here real quick. Man, that's a sound that haunted my dreams back in the day. Especially the bullet effects and the impacts on the walls. That was horror back then. That made you so scared. Let's see if I can hit that zombie from here. I'm gonna have to let my guy breathe a little bit. You see how much he's wiggling? All right, any moment now you can calm down. Go prone, see if that helps. What? Ow! Scary son of a bitch. It's just so hard to hit anything from that. Oh, I got him. It's so hard in this version to hit anything that far, especially with iron sights, because the bullet, there's a lot of changes downrange on your bullets in this game. There wasn't much variety in this game back then. It took them a few patches to really add gun variety and clothing variety to the game. I think really the only two guns that were in the game during this time were the M4, you had the pistol, and you had the Mosin. And I think that was just about it. There might have been a few more pistol varieties, things like that, but I don't remember them off the top of my head, but wasn't much. The top of the fire station at Northwest Airfield. You know how many times I'd hide up here from people that chased me down? I would just go prone and wait for them. Bipod. Can I connect it to it? I can. Does it actually work? I don't remember. Deploy. Yeah, it does. And it works very well, too. Look how steady that is. See if I can do this without dying. Used to try and sneak up this ladder to try and get people who were camping up here. And the trick was, if you just tapped W, if you didn't hold it, see how if you hold it, you make rattling noises on the ladder? But if you tapped it at just the right rhythm. I keep messing it up. There you go. You wouldn't make any noise. So you could, if you did that, you could make it all the way to the top without the person who was camping it knowing, and you could take them out. It was always a good time. Donk. Oh, you want some too, ah? Oh, you too, ah? Whoops. This was such a good time back in the day with this, with the old versions of DayZ, man. It was such a vibe. All the old OG YouTubers for this game, like Mr. Moon, Jam Jar, Barely Infected. The Running Man was coming up at that time. So was Minder. Those were good times. Good times. All those old videos, they hit different. Alright, we good. Damn. See that shot? Stupid zombies. Used to get a lot of fights in here because you'd like run into people at the tents and they would book it to this camo building to try and get away because it was like the closest security that they could find that had one entrance, and that was it. Oh, the blue gate too. Yeah. I have some memories here. And the old tents are nostalgic for me. Used to get in a lot of fights here. People hiding out in the tents and you'd run into them. There's a spot, I'll show you right over here, that me and one of my buddies used to camp all the time. And 9 times out of 10 it worked. Sometimes we would get somebody who would find us before we could kill someone. But for the most part, you could get away with it. And it was these 2 trees right over here. These 2 trees. We would come in around the fence from that side of the airfield. Come back around over here. Climb under the fence, or under the wall right here. And just come right here into these trees. And it was just perfect, because guaranteed somebody ran up to that green checkpoint building, or the sandbags, or they went up into the ghillie. And you'd get a kill almost every time you did this, and they'd never see you because you were hidden. The old warehouses on this side with the little Kwanzaa building. It's a lot of nostalgic locations, man. God, my guy is shaking so bad from running. Alright, well that was kind of fun. Just kind of wanted to take a trip down memory lane. Now there's some places I didn't visit that a lot of people probably wanted to see, but that's okay. Just kind of wanted to come look at Northwest Airfield. Check out the game again. I know this was a little different than my usual stuff, but I thought it would be fun. And I know it's a little lengthy, not much happened, it was mostly me just talking. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.